What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to improve your language learning. So if you're interested in learning languages, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button. Please like, please comment, and please share. It's your boy, Keys Linguistics. Please remember the name, guys. Keys Linguistics, Keys Linguistics, Keys Linguistics. I'm going to repeat that for you guys because I promise you I'm going to get all of us to a good proficiency in your target language. So let me break it down through different methods and tools such as Duolingo, Busuu, Tandem, HelloTalk, phone calls, YouTube videos, podcasts, and much more, so you can get a full picture of what works and where the challenges might lie. Firstly, apps like Duolingo and Busuu. Let me break down their positives. So the positives of apps like Busuu and Duolingo is consistency and gamification. Duolingo makes language learning feel like a game. It's addictive, and that's great because it keeps you coming back daily. With Busuu, you also get structured lessons with feedback from native speakers. Also, there's an ease of use between both of these apps. You can use these apps anytime, anywhere. They're perfect for short daily lessons and give you the sense of progress through levels and goals. Vocabulary building is also a positive. They help build a strong foundation of vocabulary with spaced repetition, which is key for memorization. Negatives. There's a lack of depth with these apps. They're great for beginners, but they often don't delve deeply into grammar or nuances, leaving gaps in complex sentence structures or conversational fluency. Limited context is also a negative. You might learn individual words, but context is sometimes missing. Over-reliance on translation. Especially with Duolingo, you might get used to translating everything from your native language instead of thinking in the target language, which slows the progression. So they're just between the apps such as Duolingo and Busuu. There are some things that I found to be positive and things that I found to be negative. So you can try these apps, but take it how you wish, you feel me? So go try these apps yourself. This is just from my experience, what I've experienced. So I think that they're very good, apps like Duolingo and Busuu, but obviously I would say my only piece of advice would be to not rely solely on these applications. Next, we have the language exchange apps such as Tandem and HelloTalk. The positives are Tandem and HelloTalk offer real conversations. These apps connect you directly with native speakers. You can practice writing and speaking with real people, which brings the language to life. Cultural exchange. It's not just about language. You get to learn about the culture behind it, which makes it more engaging and fun. The last positive is speaking practice. This is invaluable for pronunciation, real-world vocabulary, and building confidence in speaking. The negatives. Inconsistent partners. Not everyone is as committed, so it can be a hit or miss finding someone who is reliable to practice with regularly. Potential language imbalances. Sometimes you spend more time teaching your language than learning the other, which can feel inefficient. Fear of mistakes. Speaking with natives can feel intimidating at first, especially if you're afraid of making mistakes, but it's something you get used to over time. Next, we have phone calls and speaking practice. The positives. Phone calls improves fluency. Speaking over the phone forces you to think on your feet. You can't rely on body language or facial expressions, so you focus entirely on verbal communication. It's also got real-world application. This is the closest you'll get to actual conversations, which is the ultimate goal of learning a language. Negatives of phone calls and speaking practice. It can be intimidating. If you're a beginner, speaking can be the most daunting part. Without visual cues, it's easy to feel lost if you don't understand everything. Confidence issues. For many learners, the fear of making mistakes can hold them back from fully immersing themselves in conversations. YouTube videos and subtitles, the positives. Exposure to native content. Watching YouTube videos in your target language with subtitles, either in your native language or the target language, immerses you in authentic content. It helps you get used to the speed and the accent of native speakers. Learning in context. Seeing how words and expressions are used in real-life scenarios helps solidify them in your mind. The negatives. Over-reliance on subtitles. When you have subtitles in your native language, it's easy to rely on them and not truly listen to the target language. To combat this, it's good to switch between subtitles in your native language and the target language. Pacing. Some native content can be too fast for beginners, making it hard for them to keep up. Listening to podcasts in the target language. Positive. It's great for passive learning. You can listen to podcasts while doing other tasks. It helps you get used to the rhythm and flow of the language. It improves listening skills. Over time, you'll start understanding more without relying on visuals, which strengthens comprehension. Negatives. It can be difficult for beginners. Without visual context or translations, it can be tough to follow if you don't already have a solid foundation in the language. Limited speaking practice also is a negative factor. Podcasts are great for listening, but they don't help with speaking or writing. Number 6. Immersing yourself in the language. Positives. Fast track to fluency. Full immersion forces your brain to adapt quickly. The more you surround yourself with the language, the faster you'll learn it. Natural learning. When you're immersed, you start picking up grammar and vocabulary naturally, without needing to think too much about it. Negatives. Overwhelming. For beginners, total immersion can be too much, too fast. It's easy to feel discouraged when you don't understand most of what's happening around you. Access. Not everyone can fully immerse themselves by moving to a country where the language is spoken, but you can create your own immersion by changing your phone's language, watching TV shows, and engaging with native speakers online. Apps such as AnkiPro and writing translations in notes. Positive. Spaced repetition. AnkiPro uses this method, which is scientifically proven to help with long-term memorization. It shows you flashcards at increasing intervals, help when you remember the better. Customizable. You create your own flashcards, including images, sentences, or audio to help deepen your understanding. Negatives. It can be time-consuming. Creating your own flashcards takes time and effort, which can be tedious for some learners. Too focused on memorization. While Anki is great for vocabulary, it doesn't help with the actual conversation practice or understanding grammar and context. So my final thoughts. Language learning has lots of benefits, but it also comes with challenges. To maximize the positives, it's best to use a variety of methods. For example, use Duolingo or Busuu for daily vocabulary practice. Try Tandem and HelloTalk for real-life conversation with native speakers. Watch YouTube videos and listen to podcasts in your target language to improve listening skills. Use AnkiPro for memorizing tricky words and phrases. Most importantly, immerse yourself in the language as much as possible, even if you're just at home. No method is perfect on its own, but by combining them, you can cover all your bases: reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and become fluent much faster. So, that was the video on how to improve your language learning and speed it up. It has been your boy, Keys Linguistics. I hope you really did enjoy my video and you took in everything that I've said and you're going to take it into account. Please, as I said at the start of the video, please do not hesitate to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Please, it will mean so much to me, guys. I'm going to be making content every single day for you guys because I wish to improve everybody's language learning. And I wish to improve my own, I wish to improve yours, and I hope the best to everybody on their language journey. It has been a pleasure teaching you guys. It is Keys Linguistics, and I'm out. Take care, guys.